All right, y'all. It's Monday night, so y'all already know what time it is. I am recapping Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion Edition, Episode 2. It's all fun and games until the husband arrives. And indeed, Safari did show up. Indeed, at the end, but nonetheless, he showed up. But before we even get all into that, let's hit into this first. So y'all, jumping back into this Safari, Erica, Bobby Lights, and his best friend drama. So we're jumping back into that again from the last episode. And if you watched my last video, I was telling y'all that I was completely clueless and basically I ain't know nothing about this drama, but I feel like I got answers. I know what's going on now. And it was game night, remember? And Bobby Lights was talking to Jonathan. Uh, Erica was talking to Amina. Either way, talking about each other as far as the circumstances and how that went down. And it seems that basically Erica felt that they set these things up for Safari, or whether they know how to cover up things for Safari for him to kind of do whatever, whatnot he wants to do, as far as other women is concerned. So they do end up having game night. Game night does end well, but they want to go but Bobby feels like, Erica owes him a conversation. Outside of a conversation, basically an explanation and an apology in regards to that whole situation that happened. So, boom, because I was still like, I'm still so confused. I'm making up in my head like what could have been, you know, what what the scenario might have been, because I was ready to give y'all like my whole scenario, probably how stuff went down, whatever, whatever, whatever. But when they do finally sit down, because for a second I really didn't think that their conversation was going to go anywhere, completely anywhere. But basically, it was basically all in Erica's head. She had, because they're going through what they're going through, she had a pre notion as to what she thought was going on, and that wasn't the case. Bobby Lights is like, hey, I was just bringing my friend, to the party, and Erica was just like, well, basically, my friend is more of like on defending me. She see my husband with your girl all in, with your friend all in his ear, so she stepped in. Bobby, of course, tried to jump in to break up the fight, and that's how he was the one that ended up getting hit or popped, because he's like, ain't nobody beat me up, ain't nobody beat my ass, da 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 da. Like, okay, cool. Nobody beat your ass, Bobby. We got it. So they clearly must have a form to. All right, so I am kind of like making up my own story in my head a little bit about what's going on, because they clearly have to have some form of relationship in order for even one, Erica to feel like they do things to, to cut, they cover things up for him or whatever. So clearly Bobby Lights, and it made me think in my mind that they have some form of, obviously, a rapport, some type of relationship. And whoever this friend was very friendly, got a little bit too friendly, and Erica, may have insinuated or was just saying that, because I don't really know if it's facts or not, that she was whispering in Safari's ear, and just like, yeah, like, I'm going through all this at home. Yes, I may have, filed for a divorce, but at the end of the day, he's still my husband. And just because I'm setting a divorce on him doesn't mean that I don't care, doesn't mean that I don't have feelings. And I had to pause and just hit on this, because she had even made mention that as soon as she had filed for the divorce or whatever, people were coming back and making comments to her, basically asking her why does she even care about what he does because she filed for divorce. What kind of question is that? So basically, we're assuming that she doesn't have feelings, or just because she filed for divorce, that first off, do y'all know what it's like to go through a divorce? Because I very well believe that a lot of the people who have the most opinions about stuff are the people who are really never went through these things that they have an opinion on. First off, first off, first off. A divorce is a very I for one have I've never been married. I've never been through a divorce. But for one, I've seen my parents go through divorce. I've seen my brother go through a divorce, and I've seen other people, friends, hear about their divorces. So I'm saying this just to say that it's not fun. It's not just because I'm doing it doesn't mean I don't care about you or that now I'm giving you the right to go and do whatever. Nah, stop speaking on stuff, y'all, if you really just don't know what you're talking about. If you really have no experience on it or just shut up. It was just ignorant. And that's one thing that I hate. I hate is when people, and I'm not going to lie, because I very well will get on Twitter and I'll speak, but like I'm very cautious of what I say and try not to sound judgmental. And if I am sounding judgmental, I go ahead and say, yeah, I'm probably being judgmental right now. But not to say that it's right, but it's just to say that, hey, I'm honest with myself for one about things. And then just for two, I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like celebs, they need an advocate because people, they come at them so hard. But nonetheless, they decide that they're going to move on, be on from it, make up, water under the bridge, and, they're good. And what happened was, because they, after the game night, they had that conversation with Zell and Jonathan in the room. And after that, Zell had just kind of had like made mention that he was no longer gay, and that, well, no, excuse me, he's still gay. That, because he's bisexual, which I forgot about. But that basically he was now going to just be focusing on women because gay men are, I guess, are too much for him. And even like when he came on, something something's just up with him. Something is just not clicking. His energy, even going forward, because Booby hosted his event was field day, and while they were on the bus, the little party bus to go to like the beach or whatever where they were having field day, he made a comment to Jonathan, like, or I guess was talking to him and Bobby Lights, saying that, oh, y'all too gay for me, or y'all do too much, or y'all too gay, or whatever or whatnot. And that that completely rubbed Jonathan the wrong way, to the point that him and Zell, for the remaining, at least up till Safari came, at least up for the remaining of the episode, to a degree, between the confessionals, and like it was just shots at each other. Like that one comment just took off from there. Jonathan opens up a door to compare that to being black, and well, of course, Zell took that as, seemed to me, as somewhat of an insult, because he's like, how can you even compare the two? And this is kind of for me where I could understand how what he one was Zell was saying, because he was like, I can't hide. At the end of the day, I can't hide being black. Now, granted, if you necessarily think about it, all this bleaching skin, all this stuff, if you really, whatever, I get it. At the end of the day, we're not gonna go get into the semantics. So at the end of the day, I cannot hide being black. While yes, in some, just like in ways, you can, basically saying that you can hide being gay, but I can't hide being black. So it's not to compare to. But I think for Jonathan, where he was is being black in society today is an issue. Being gay in society today is an issue. And right now, I'm proud of being gay, just like you're proud of being black. So in that sense, that's where I think that he was coming from. So I'm very well on Jonathan's side, because I very well believe he had very well good intentions and on his side, and the point that he was trying to make or whatever whatnot. Did he really use a good example? But like I said, I understood exactly where he was coming from. And basically where Zell is with it, he Zell is the kind of guy, and it maybe because he is bisexual, that he does like boys and girls, of the fact that his whole thing is he is specific to his, I don't want to say his audience, but basically he pays attention to who's around. He's like, y'all, swinging on the stripper pole and making comments to Booby, and like, I'm just not going to do all like that in front of Jules Santana or whatever. So it's kind of like he, he doesn't, he's not about making and he said it because he was like, you don't know who you're making uncomfortable with that, with being like that. And with that, even that, I totally got that. I totally get that, and can totally respect even someone who's kind of like, this is, how I am. So, I get that everybody may not be okay with it, but so I'm gonna, I'm just gonna chill. I'm just gonna scale. But at the same time, I see it from the other side because I'm like, yes, but this is me. Why should I hide being me, whether you're uncomfortable or not? And so it's blame the Libra in me. I just can see both sides or whatnot. So I don't believe any of them was wrong. But I very well believe Zell was wrong in regards to the comment, and but he made that comment because yes, that's what I hit on, because he had made, oh no, I think I might have said it, because at the end of the day he was saying, that he wants to have wife and kids. He wants to have, a wife and kids. That's now his goal or whatever. So then for him to try, it's kind of like, just like, it's a slowing like effect. I can't remember what he had said in the first episode, but he had just made mention the first episode in regards to his lifestyle and where he was going or something like that or whatnot. So it just something is going on, because Zell just seemed very cool and just well spirited, and I don't know. I really did not or have not a reason to, not necessarily like him, because I don't know, but something going on with Zal. I don't know what it is, but something's going on. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get to it eventually. So I can't even lie. I really love that Amina, Peter, and Tara's relationship has grown, has matured. Amina and Tara having a good relationship. Um, that just it just really makes me feel good. But everybody seems to be, in a good space. Everybody seems to have more moved on. At least Amina and Tara for sure have moved on, even to the degree that Amina tells Tara, because she tells Tara first that, their divorce is going to be finalized soon, her and Peter's, and that she wants to do a divorce party. So she does end up coming and bringing that up to Peter, but not before them really just having a conversation about the whole her Peter and Cisco triangle, so to speak. She obviously notices the tension. She brings up the tension between them, and just also talks about how, one, they never had did anything. They did make out, but it was nothing beyond that. Um, and then as well, she brings up that because where they were hanging or talking, Cisco's room was right nearby, and she just says, she tells Peter that um, all the while they're talking about the situation that had happened or whatever. She tells him that she was out there maybe another day. Looked like she was maybe like doing like yoga. And he came out there and like was doing like some gyrating moves towards her, like dancing moves or whatever, whatnot. And I'm just completely confused. Like Cisco, what's going on? Like what's going on? Because you want to fix things, but yet you're doing things that could like you know this ain't gonna put you in a good spot. Like why are you continuing to do stuff that's going to bring drama and bring confrontation to your door? Why? Why? Let's just talk about that. Let's just talk about that. And of course, Peter doesn't like that. He's like, so I'm gonna have to go and do, and here we go talking about the fight, and oh, they know I really won, but they gave it to Peter. Y'all, please somebody tell me in the comments who won this fight for real. Or matter of fact, I think at this point y'all trying to make me go and look up this stuff. I probably could find it on YouTube. Yeah, probably could find it. So I might just go check it out just to see. But I really would rather get y'all opinion on it, on who y'all thought won. Won this fight or not. But anywho, she tells him, of course, that she wants to have, for her event, a 70s themed divorce party. And surprisingly, he's with it. He's with it or whatever, whatnot. And yeah, that's that. And I just I don't know, y'all. I want everybody to say what they mean and mean what they say. And if Cisco is trying to be, get into a better place and, with everybody, especially the creep squad or whatever, whatnot, leave Amina alone. That's that's cold, bro. It is cold. Period. Leave Amina alone. So I could not wait to see what Yo Yo was going to bring to this table with this group. Especially, she's technically, fairly more of a newcomer to love and hip hop. And obviously, like, she really doesn't have any animosities or, if anything, like, she's definitely going to, bring some wisdom. And she gave us a little bit, and it just also reminds you why, even though they might have chosen production, might have chosen whoever, I see why some of the people, were put together, uh such as in this moment with Yo Yo and Mimi and Erica and Brooke. And they were, what do ladies be doing? Talking about men, talking about relationships. And one talk, Erica and Mimi, one bond on, just going through a relationship with, with a man who disrespects and who lies. And Brooke, admitting to being cheated, that Marcus cheated on her when she was pregnant. And at the end of the day, it really is on how you deal with it and really what you want out of the relationship. And Yo Yo had just made a statement of, yes, people cheat, men cheat as well as women cheat. Now, for some people, it's a deal breaker. For some people, it's not. But right, all in the end of the day, it's a matter of whether you really want this relationship or not. And if you really want it, are you willing to put that work in it to fix it? Because yes, whether it was cheating or something else, it's not always going to be easy to come back on. And I feel for Erica because you can really see how she's hurting, how heartbroken, she is. And Erica just hasn't had the best in love at all, like, period, y'all. And I just want, I think it's just mind boggling. And hey, maybe even for Safari, because he just like, this is maybe, what, this is not what he thought there was going to be. But like, they were just so good, like, such a good place. And I had watched basically that little show that had ended up on together where he was crushing on her hard. And it was like, after that, boom, they were in a relationship, they were in a relationship, and then they were getting married, they were having a baby. And then boom, Love and Hip Hop comes, and well, it was a little bit before that, of course, or whatnot. But then, boom, they're in the tabloids, in the shade room, so quick, talk about some they're divorcing. I'm like, what is going on? Like, uh, yes, it was a little kumbaya moment. I just had to hit on that moment because I love when the women can get together, and not only can we get together, we can just really just uplift each other, and not just, oh girl, da 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 da, oh that man this, oh this is what you need to do, da da da, but really just really giving sound advice for really what you can do for self. Because what you can't do is you can't change that man. You can't do nothing. There's nothing you can do. All you can do is you. All you can do is you. That's the best way I can say it right now because I'm having a mind blank what I'm really trying to say. So I'm just leave it at that. Okay. Like I said, it's what day is it, y'all? It's field day. They having field day. Cisco didn't get on the bus, but nonetheless, he does come. He did come. He did show up even though he wasn't on the bus. Everything, they did volleyball. They did, like the little egg race. They did tug of war. All the fun stuff that you do on field day. Like, I'm honestly ready to get with my own friends and like, let's do a field day. Like, what's up? Like, that's gonna be lit. And like I told y'all, both, Zell, he's feeling some type of way about them being too gay. Jonathan is feeling some type of way. Him and Sin had took a break, and he's talking to Sin, about, Zell, that they, have to come, and they have, that they gotta he has to have a conversation with him to figure out, what's going on. Sin is asking about Cisco, like what's going on with him, what's going on with this energy. And, Jonathan does kind of, tell a little bit of the conversation that they had. And then it's funny that she's asking about him because he decides that he wants to talk to Mimi about her. Y'all, first off, when I seen it in the previews, I was like, oh wow, they must have had something, between the shows or whatever or whatnot. Y'all, first off, look, I watch all the franchises, okay? They've been on for years now. So all the stuff is running together a little bit. Some of the stuff I just completely forgot about. So, such as back in 2015, which was like more than 5 years ago, 5, 6 years ago now, something like that. Uh, they had did a record, or she had came to him to do a record for her or with her, whatever the case was. It was in regarding to music and a record. It was agreed. um at the end of it, he was kind of basically feeling her, and she was more on a rudder. I don't mix the whole business with pleasure thing. And I think because she hit him with that, I think maybe he had a little, the hit to his ego, and he tried to come. I don't know. It was confusing. It was like, well, I guess she technically had to pay for something. I guess maybe she wouldn't have had to pay for it if they would have been able to go out. Like, it was weird. It was messed up, like he said. It's weird that he want to come now years later and have this conversation to clear this up. So he went to Mimi because he wants, to be at peace and at zen, and Mimi was, trying to help him with that. Even though, because basically he doesn't, he one feels awkward about rolling up on her, which he should, all this time later. And then for two, he sees her and Booby are like kind of in something, so he really feels awkward about, trying to like come up and talk to her. But nonetheless, Mimi encourages him, that ain't your business. You really don't need to worry about that. Go ahead, clear this up, you know, get that squared away. Is he wanting to apologize? What exactly is he looking for in this? Because I'm super confused on why 5, 6, 7 years later you want to now talk about this. I hope just to clear up that part that you were talking about as far as women. Is you saying you owe her money? Like, he had a thing for her. It sounds like he probably still do have a thing for her. And I just remember in the previews, she basically be like, well, that conversation we're not having. So, either way, yeah, Cisco's all over the place. Cisco definitely got some stuff going on. Zell has some stuff going on. Um, like I said, Safari does show up. And my boo Erica, she thought she was going to come on this reunion. She was going to get a break. She was going to get some peace. Only to find out that Safari was invited and he is going to come. And then he does come. And if nothing else, I'm just glad somebody pulled up on her to to make sure that she was good, because you can just tell in her body language that her energy was shifted. Her energy had shifted, and she kind of did come over there, and just check on her. It's like, "What you doing, friend?" I love how she kind of be talking, y'all. I did some. I treated my hair so good today, but I still have like oil rolling down like the side of my neck and stuff. And mind you, that was hours ago. That was like at 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon, and it's 10 o'clock now. But nonetheless, I definitely moisturized it good. But so I'm glad. Like I said, y'all. I'm all about women's empowerment. I'm all about women's empowerment. I'm all about women empowering other women. I don't know if I want a shirt, but it said, I have a shirt and I love this shirt, and it says empowered women, empower women. So honestly, when it be other females and they be knocking other women, I just know that they're not empowered. Simple as that. Sorry, sis. Like, if you come in, nah, nah, nah. So, um, yeah, and Erica appreciated it. We all can appreciate it. So, like, we all need that. Not even just woman to woman, man to man. You sometimes need your bro to come in, like, bro, you good? I'm here. Because you know how we check in on each other. It's a little bit different. But that's cool or whatever, whatnot. So, next, I see. I know y'all seen them previews. All I know, I seen Erica. I know I seen Safari. Looked like he was crying. So, what's up? What's up, y'all? I'm excited. This reunion, I'm ready for stuff to start coming out. It's still like, nice and easy, and I need some stuff to like, start popping off like real quick. I need stuff. I need us to start breaking some barriers, breaking some walls. I ain't saying we gotta fight. Where's Stevie at? When Stevie gonna show up? I'm totally ready. So, guys, you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Again, don't forget, especially if you're new, you want to go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you can catch me here every week giving you these good recaps and my little tea, my little commentary on what I be feeling about these episodes. Okay? So I'll see y'all next week. Did you hit that subscribe button? I hope you did. Peace out, y'all. See you later.